Here with U.S. team member Ben True, former cross-country skier. Ben, what do you think of, first, I guess, the weather? This should be right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. I mean, I got here, I didn't know if I was back here for a ski race or coming out here for a running race.
If it was a ski race, you're pretty confident you could take everybody?
I think so. Actually, I think it'd do pretty well for the U.S. guys with Elliot Heath, with his Nordic ski background too. I think, you know, we'd have a pretty good team, but unfortunately it's still running.
So, you know, what do you think of, I guess, the weather first, and then secondly the course?
Yeah, the weather is interesting. We'll see how it is tomorrow during the race day. Hopefully it's going to warm up a little bit, at least above freezing, so that'll be nice. So I think it's just going to be, you know, a little brisk. But the course, I think it's going to be the hardest cross-country course I've ever seen. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow. It looks like they're putting out a lot of wood chips out in the course, but it's running around it today. It's definitely the hardest course I've ever seen in my life.
Right. I mean, are you like hard just because of the hills, all the turns, or
there's no straightaways. It's all either mud or ice, and there's nice little mounds that are very interesting, where it's just really short, steep uphill, downhill, and then there's basically a wall that you have to run up 6 times. And I think almost as scary as that uphill is going to be that downhill off the backside, where it's just all in the sun, it's all muddy, and it's very steep with a sharp turn at the end. So I think it'll be surprising if half the field doesn't fall at least one time during the race, and just trying to stay on your feet, and that's going to be the biggest thing.
And how do you think those conditions suit you personally? I mean, the one thing I was thinking is a rhythm runner would be terrible in this course, but do you like the slop, and then, like, do you have a lot of experience in anything like this? Or?
I don't think I have a lot of experience. I mean, the only thing I can think of is, you know, trail running back home in the springtime. It's basically that, you know, hopefully it'll be strong for the U.S. I think it actually helps us because a lot of the Kenyans and Ethiopians and other nations aren't going to be as used to the cold and as used to the kind of terrible conditions of the course. So I hopefully that it'll bode well for us.
And in terms of the temperature, like, how does this compare to your average cross-country ski race when you're out there skiing? This
is spring skiing right here. You know, this is a late March ski race. It'll be just like this. Get below freezing at night and slowly warm up through the day. The only thing is we wear a little less clothing on the running course than on the ski course, so that's going to be the deciding factor.
So what do you think you'll wear tomorrow?
As much clothes as I can, I think. We'll see what it actually warms up to be, but I'm actually contemplating wearing multiple singlets to help keep warm, trying to keep the chest warm. Hats, gloves, arm warmers, and I don't think you can wear tights because the mud's going to be so heavy, but half tights for sure, and, you know, maybe Vaseline the rest of my body so that it stays warm, so we'll see.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Have you talked to any of the other guys? Like, we were wondering, people were saying, you know, Chris Derrick, he's an Illinois boy, and other people are saying, well, he's been at Stanford for 4 years. Like, what type of mindset does the rest of the team have?
I think we're excited. I think we all think that, you know, we're more used to this sort of course. I mean, St. Louis, our championships, was muddy and it was cold. It wasn't as hard of a course as this one, but, you know, it was a pretty challenging course. And I think we're all excited that, you know, we're not phased by this hard course, and I think we're going to go into it with a better mindset than a lot of people, and it should help us out.
In terms of your fitness, I mean, you won the 15K last week, I guess, in a race in Florida.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about the way your training's been going and sort of?
Training's been going well. Yeah, the last month or so, it's been going really well down in Florida in the warmth, and you know, I think I'm definitely in a lot better shape than I was at the cross trials, and you know, we'll see how it shows up tomorrow. So.
And after this, do you have a plan for the rest of the year, and what's the #1 goal?
The short-term goal is going to be doing the Peyton Jordan 10K. I'll probably do a little tune-up race before then out in California, and then obviously trying to make it to Moscow is going to be the #1 goal of the year. Yep.
Right, and I noticed that they lowered the A standard to 2740, aren't you?
Yep.
2741.
Yep.
Now, can you still go with the B, or do you work?
You can still go to the B, but I wanna prove to myself that I can run a fast time, and I think that I can definitely in better shape than I was last year when I ran 27:41. So hopefully be able to lower that quite a bit.
And how do you explain sort of the transition from more of a 1,500 guy in college to 10K now? I mean, and now Mark Coogan's coaching. He's a marathoner. Are you going to bump up?
Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. It's actually kind of funny. When I first started working with Tim a couple of years ago, I told him I was never going to run the 10K. And I had mindset that I was moving up to the 5K, but I said I'd never run the 10K. But just the way that I think the training works well for me is just long, grinding workouts and a lot of long tempos and things really, I like that longer stuff. And so the 10K kind of became more natural. But we'll see. I think I still have quite a bit of leg speed that's haven't developed, and so I think I still have a lot to go in the 5K. So I'm not giving up the shorter distances yet.
Yeah, but when your coach
marathoner to me.
when your coach Mark Coogan emailed me the other day, he said that he's like, if anyone's close to him in a kick, it's all over. So he was very impressed by that. Tell people a little bit about your training. You train alone up in Hanover. Yeah. What's your mileage like? What's your tempos? What's your favorite type of tempo? Stuff like that.
Mileage, I'm getting over 100 now, which is, in college, if I hit 60 or 70, that was a huge week for me. Mostly in the 50s and 60s, so getting up to 110, 115. I've been putting in a lot more miles. Tempos, we've really only limited it to around the 8-mile, so 40 minutes. But every now and then we go a little bit further than that. So just the the long plugging away stuff.
Yeah, I guess college didn't have time because you were skiing and stuff to get up there yet. All right, well, good luck on Sunday.
Thank you very much.